Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So today is 7-Day Bond's last day of membership from its 2-week bonded purchase to chase wrapping paper. Now, with how good some of the winter weeks are going to be and how we're doing in terms of progressing the account, we're going to go and do another 2-week bond after it's ran out. But what I thought I'd do is just sort of run through what we've done over the past 2 weeks, because in terms of progress for this account, it's been massive. So now really, over the past 2 weeks, we've only really done two things. One is thieve and thieve a lot, and second, I was going to try and do a Reaper video for Armadillo for this account, which I didn't really get to doing. Again, I was very busy on the weekend just gone, so I kind of ran out of time to do it. I might finish it up before the end of this month as a little project, because I know these loot videos are going down really well, and the mid-level at Armadillo is always kind of interesting to see in my opinion, just because of like kills and stuff like that as well. But in terms of this video, we're going to talk through where we started in terms of levels, how much GP we've made from thieving. We're also going to look at wrapping paper as well. The wrapping paper will be done when we've bonded back up on the account as well. Now, because of the winter weeks bonus this week, you have a plus 20% chance of pickpocketing, which if you've struggled to do some of the high tiers of thieving NPCs, now is the time to do it. I've been getting caught by these men of fight guards, the archaeology professors, pretty much every sort of 30 seconds, but with this 20% buff, it is so good for you to be able to do this. And when you get to these NPCs as well, your XP is just going to be so much better. You'll get a lot more levels, which means that when the buff should hopefully run out, I should be able to do this with just the aura to have full on 15-minute AFK pickpocketing. Now, without this bonus, I weren't able to do this, but now with the 20% pickpocketing bonus, I can now do men of fight guards as a 15-minute AFK. Professors are just a little bit, I just get caught a couple of times, so I think I'm going to do a couple of levels at the men of fight guards. But I'm going to do a couple levels at the men of fight guards. We're going to get insane XP, and I'm hoping that from the levels we get here, I can then go back to archaeology professors and just make some more cash. What I've realized with the archaeology professors as well, it's so good to train my archaeology. I know that sounds so simple, but the artifacts I'm getting are really starting to rack up. Like, because this account is not 120 archaeology, I thought it was worthwhile just to throw them in the bank. But now I've spent pretty much a week and a half at the archaeology professors. I've got a massive amount of artifacts, which again, what we're going to do in this video is cover what we've done in terms of training, XP, but also I'll show you what we've thieved in terms of loot as well, and price check it up. Now, I do think a lot of the items I've pickpocketed have fallen in price quite harshly, so when we go through like the final like cash stack and all that sort of stuff, I'm going to take it with a pinch of salt. I do think I've paid the bond off, which really is all I was targeting for as well. The main point of this account was to go and chase wrapping paper, and it's done that, but I think we've made some fair bits of cash as well. Now, we're actually very close to a thieving level. So we started this bond at 100 thieving. We are now about to get 114, and that's how much thieving I've done. Not only that, all the thieving I've been doing is pretty much been on the standard archaeologists, not the professors, just for level 78 NPCs, which only gives something like 160 XP per pickpocket. So you guys can see like how much I've been thieving, and the jump up to this XP drop at men of fight guards is just so nice. Like, with men of fight guards, I've kind of got to the fact that I'm not going to make a lot of cash per hour. The price of the sand has absolutely imploded. I imagine that the adamant and all the other drops as well is going to be very cheap, so I'm not really here for cash. What's nice here is I'm going to get the incredible XP. I am going to get a little bit of GP in terms of cash, which I'm going to pickpocket per hour, but also these clue scrolls. Now, 7-Day Bond in the future is going to have to do a lot of quests. Going to have to do a lot of things like achievement diaries and like going and unlock a lot of things, because this is going to be like a rebuild challenge series account. And what I want to do is for a 2-week bond, go and do a certain activity and do it a lot and see how much GP we can make from it. So I do think at some point clue scrolls for a full 2 weeks will be on the cards. I think it'd be really good. We'll make a lot of GP as well. Like, what I'm hoping is that these 2-week sort of sessions where I go and camp a certain place for 2 weeks will bring us a lot of cash. Not only levels, because there'll still be levels to do on 7-Day Bond, there always will be. But I think it's more so to show you guys this is how much GP you can make. And especially with some of the PVM ones I want to do, I think you could go to a certain boss in Runescape, camp it for a period of time, and pay off a year's worth of membership in a period. But that's what I want to show you guys, like 2 weeks at like Armadillo, how much could you make? 2 weeks at Zamorak, how much could you make? And I'm open for any form of ideas, but I do think a clue scroll one will be incredible and will make an awful lot of cash from it. I mean, I did that 50 clue scroll loot video a little while ago and I made a fair bit of cash, so that's something 7-Day Bond can do. So we're just about to get 114. We won't wait till we get there because I'll probably cut to the clip later on when we're going to price check our bank, but 114 thieving is what we've got. So we've got a massive amount of XP, and it's all been AFK. Like, I've not paid a lot of attention to this account. When it was at Armadale, I did. But apart from that, thieving, I very rarely paid attention. Currently, we're at 42,000 wrapping paper, and we got 45,000 last week. And this is with me playing a little bit less this week as well. So 90,000 wrapping paper has been really, really nice. Because we've been opening presents as well, our dungeoneering level has gone up. We've got some double XP as well. Now, when I was picking my XP for presents, I was thinking with dungeoneering is going to have a buff on a winter week, where it's like 50% extra either tokens or XP. And then that's what I was thinking. I could focus dungeoneering then. So if I had a little bit of double XP, there's nowhere really that I want it on this account anyway, so I thought that was the best place to put it. But yeah, this is pretty much all I've been doing in terms of getting my wrapping paper. So if you guys watch the wrapping paper videos, because there'll be another one at some point soon, this is all I've been doing. But the bank is starting to look pretty healthy in terms of how much like cash we've got as well. So really excited to show you guys that as well. But because I'm going to probably talk for a bit, I didn't want to do it while I've got my aura available. So what I'm going to do is actually just AFK a bit more, finish the aura, and then show you guys how much GP we've made. All of those items I think I'm going to sell just because they are going down more and more by the day really. They are kind of crashing. I'm hoping that the archaeology materials might have a little bit of a bounce back, but we'll see. Really, in terms of my final thieving resting place, I do think I want to go and do the professors. Just because, again, this account, the artifacts really do mean something. The binding contracts as well will be a really good way to make some cash very easily. And it's just different options as well. So, yeah. In terms of this 2-week bondo, it's been really fun, really enjoyed it, really made some massive progress, and I'm hoping to show you guys we've actually made some GP as well. It's been a while since we've done a 2-week bond, and then also like got GP from it as well, so we'll see. I'll report back when we're all finished, and we'll go through the banking stuff as well. I won't really make much in terms of loot from the Menophyte guards, but when I show you the stack of like loot I've got from the archaeologists, you'll see like just how much thieving we've done, and also how much GP we've made. So I shall report back very soon when we finish this next 75 minutes worth of aura, and we'll have a look at just how much GP is in the bank. So today's update got me. My bond has now officially ran out, but because of the resets for the update, I've basically been kicked out and back to a free-to-play world, but it is what it is. So what we're going to go and do now is go and buy a bond, see what the current bond price is. And then once we've done that, we'll shift over to a members world, sell all the items and stuff, have a little price check, and just show you guys what we've earned on this 2-week bond. Now, the good thing is with this winter week bonus, the 20% thieving buff to not get caught pickpocketing, pretty much means that for this week especially, I'm just going to go and camp hopefully 120 thieving. I'm going to do most of it in Menophyte guards because that's going to be the best XP and GP, but as soon as I'm at a point where I can go and move upwards and go to things like archaeology professors, I think I'm going to do that just because the GP you're going to make from the professors just seems to be a lot better. Menophyte guards actually isn't bad, it's just the fact that the extra fine sand has gone down so much, so has the vital sparks, and just the basic drop table is a lot cheaper, whereas the archaeology professors always seem to have a little bit decent, and especially with the binding contracts as well, I'll make money with that. So I'll probably do all the wrapping paper tomorrow, but in terms of what we've got today, what we've made from doing the guard so far is, it says 7 mil, it won't be because I think the sand is still like 2-ish K, so yeah, what I'll probably do is have like a decent loot for this week and then show you guys where we are in terms of loot there. So if we go to the thieving tab, which has just been created by itself, if we go here. Now, first of all, you can see here, all of these artifacts are a lot. So that's just showing you guys how much I've done in terms of thieving there. Now, let me go get some of the items out which we've thieved. I think in terms of cash, it's something like 40 mil, and that's going to include the stuff I've got from the guards today, but 36-ish mil is what I had from like doing all the professors. Again, because it was the lower tier professors, I didn't get cash as quickly as what I would if I'd been able to do things like the Menophyte guards or the professors. What I'm missing massively on this account is the Ardunge cloak. That gives you such a big boost to thieving, which I'm clearly missing, and I am struggling with that as well. But without that, let's go and see where we are in terms of cash and cash pile as well. What I'm going to do is sell all these items today as well. I won't instant sell them. I'm going to try and slow sell them and run back and forward as well. I've also got some ancient gravel when I can find that. I think I had something like 9,800, but that's what I'm going to go off anyway. So this is what we've had in terms of like the past 2 weeks in terms of thieving. If I withdraw 40 mil, so if we're going to go and check, so I'm going to go for the gravel. The gravel's gone down so much. It is rough, like how cheap the gravel is. to a point where, like, even though all the archaeology materials have come down in price, I still think you'll make a lot of profit by screening soil. And just because the soil is going to be so cheap. Now, for whatever reason, the Bandos soil is still a decent price, but we'll see if it's going to sell for that price as well. But if I throw things like soapstone in, the foliage iron, the stuff you're going to see a lot of, because they're going to be through all the dig sites. We're going to go fossilized bone. We're going to go animal furs next. And then here are the proper Bandos items. Like, these are the ones which are like assigned to Bandos dig sites, which do come in at a pretty decent price. I mean, 8.3k for the rubber's decent. The clay is 2.9. Warforged bronze 4.5. The malachite green as well is going to be 8.8. We have nearly 100k chronos, which is crazy, but I imagine they've come down a lot. And then finally, the cash on top of that. So even though that's been an incredible 2 weeks of thieving, we have made so much in terms of gains and stuff. I've only really made 20 mil more than a bond, but again, this has all come from a level 78 thieving NPC. We can hope that it will be better over time as well. So then what I'm going to go do now is just basically load up my Grand Exchange to see how much we've made in terms of selling prices, really. Now, I'm going to see what we can do in terms of keeping it for actual mid-price, but I have a feeling that all of these items aren't going to sell for mid-price. They're going to have to come down in price quite a lot because they're crashing. There's so much more supply, especially these items. The Bandos items might have a chance to go for mid, and maybe that's what we go for first, see if these can sell for mid. But so much more archaeology items are coming onto the Grand Exchange now that, yeah, I just don't think you're going to be able to sell much for mid anyway. Now, that one did go, and it actually went a little bit over mid, which is nice. So that's decent. But again, that was a niche Bandos one, so that's probably why that's gone up. Now, if you've got a lot of Tetra compasses like myself, now could be a really good time to buy some of the colours because they're going to be so cheap with how much like is coming into the game. Now could be probably one of the best times to do things like that as well. So I'm going to put them all on -5 and then I'm just going to see how they go. One thing I'm going to definitely throw in first as well, the Orphan Glass is gone. I'm going to put the Bandos soil in because that's got a good price. So hopefully this sells. It's not selling at -5%, which is rough. So yeah, what I'll do when we do the next video for 7-day bond, maybe it might be on the wrapping paper video, maybe it might be something else. We'll cover how much we've made because I'll make sure it's in the cash stack as well. And for the meantime, I'm just going to go and do a bit more thieving, go and do some metafights and see how that goes because I'm not in a rush to sell these items. They're going to be so down in price that there's no point in instant selling them because you'll just sell them for some crazy cheap price. So I'm just going to take some money off them and then just slowly bring them down over time to see what we can get for them. Same with the Chronos. Chronos is going to go so cheap. I'm going to take 10% off Chronos. Oh, they went. That's nice. Yeah, so they're not too bad there. The Earth and Clay is the next big one, really. I can kind of like afford to lose a little bit on the rest, but the Earth and Clay, the Chronos, and also like the Menafite Green and the Rubber, those are the ones I need to keep the price on. So I'll update later on, but that's going to pretty much wrap up 7-day bonds adventures for this bond. As you've seen, I've rebonded again. We're going to go back to it again with the winter weeks being thieving this one. At least for the first part of this next bond, we're going to be doing a big jump of thieving. Probably get the 120k, which would be really nice. First one on the account. And yeah, just some more adventuring, really. But that's going to wrap this video up. Again, let me know what you guys are doing in the game, what you're doing for your wrapping paper, what's your plans there. 7-day bond will return some point in the week to go and do his 45-ish K wrapping paper. I'll do another 2k with like the keys and stuff with the promo. And that's pretty much going to be it for today. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you guys have enjoyed. Again, I wanted to keep you guys up to date with 7-day bond. And I think at the minute, with the kind of stuff we're doing with it, one video just for the 2-week bond and just to cover what we've done and stuff is a nice way just to keep up to tabs with it. But currently finishing this bond with 114 thieving. Let's see what we can do over the next 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.